All right, so this is part 9 or 10. Um, so we were talking about town and country, and around the time um, when they let Anastasia Kryakova go,
Yeah.
the management,
What's that?
the management at town and country.
What about him?
We were talking about on film about Anastasia.
Okay. Yeah. You asked her to fax uh, Jerry Brown's office to report that you were being stalked on the internet by your former boyfriend, harassed and stalked.
Okay, and what else?
What else?
Did he give out any information in front of people he shouldn't have?
Yes.
And to who?
To terrorist website.
Well, I wouldn't go there on YouTube, maybe, but okay. So in front of Afghanis, in front of what?
In front of everybody. It's on the internet.
Okay. And what was their response after that with Anastasia and the
They
situation?
fired Anastasia.
Okay. And then after that,
They moved in a new manager.
a new
Well,
manager, new manager, or new property management.
property management.
Do you remember the name of the property management
No, I
company?
don't. I don't think she ever told me her name.
The name of the company,
Veritas.
Veritas or Vertus?
Vertus.
Okay.
Yeah, Vertus.
Um. So they fired her, and then they put in new management. Do you remember the new management they put in?
Yeah, Vertus. They ran the refugee center.
Okay, so and after they did the refugee center, what happened after that?
They started moving in more refugees and having seminars
Okay.
in the park, uh, which none of us were. No Americans were invited to find out just what was going on.
So they started discriminating
Right.
and
They never
harassing.
invited us to, had no orientation for us or anything to find out who they were, where they came from. It's like, we didn't count.
Okay. Did they begin evicting people by then too? Americans?
Um,
Not just us, but other people?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think a year later, how long were we there at Town and Country? About a year?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
this is, it wasn't, um, okay. What refugees did they move in?
Afghanis, I guess. I guess they're Afghanis.
Okay, not all, were all of them Afghani?
I don't know.
What about Mark?
Oh, Persian mark. There was a few Persians.
Okay. Anyone from another country?
Russians.
Okay, so there were Russians also moved in?
Yeah, Russians moving in too.
Okay. What happened after that?
And some new Americans were moving in too. But I think they probably were employees of Vertus,
Okay.
of the refugee center. I figured probably they were.
Okay, so they were only starting to rent only to the refugees?
I don't know that for sure. Okay.
Okay. Did they try to evict us after that fax I made to the governor's office?
Well, we complained about the roaches, and then they didn't seem to remedy the problem. The gentleman that came, the exterminator, said there was a big problem. The roach nest was huge. It was in the sewer.
Okay.
And he said it's going to take a long time to get rid of them because they waited too long. And I know upstairs apartments had roaches. So I decided to not pay the rent until they got rid of the roaches, which legally I could do. Under the state of California, you can put the rent money in escrow.
Right.
And until they remedy the problem, which it would take the exterminator said it would take quite a while to do it, to get rid of them. So after that, manager evicted us. In the meantime, I had called the VA, and the VA had sent me out to another place where they were renting to veterans. But I went there, and they said that the apartments were not ready yet. So just in the meantime, I had been going to the lawyer, and he was
Which
taking
lawyer?
Steve, is it Boddicker?
Okay.
Is that his name?
I think so.
Boddicker. I was, he put me on the list. I was 16, but then it was like 7 or 8 months before, and we would just, we would have been out on the street. And just in the nick of time, I got my money, my disability money, to get a place. But we couldn't find a place.
Okay.
We still couldn't find a place, so we ended up moving to Kansas.
And how did that happen?
How did what happen?
How did the Kansas happen, moving to Kansas?
You had a friend
Well, I wouldn't call him a friend, but
in Kansas, Ed Imhoff, and so we got on the train and went to Kansas, and Ed Imhoff gave us a ride because we had no transportation, so he gave us a ride to the hotel.
which hotel?
What the heck was the name of it?
Okay. We'll get to that later. I just want to go back a little bit to Town and Country. A couple of things. You said Thomas was stalking me online. He was also stalking me on the phone.
On the phone.
Yeah. You remember? And
Oh, you had a conversation with him about his girlfriend up in Maine.
okay.
And then you had a conversation with Paroli that Thomas was in his order, the Order Templi Orientis.
Okay.
And I listened to that conversation where Paroli said that he told Thomas to take his kid away from his girlfriend.
Okay. So do you believe Paroli was also involved in taking my daughter?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. So it was under his orders, you think?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know anybody, any family that might be members of the OTO?
Any family members?
Yeah. or anybody else that might have been members other than just Thomas or Paroli?
I suspect that my family could be member of the OTO. Anastasia,
Okay.
Nikayla Anastasia.
Okay.
She's friends with Stephen King,
All right.
and Stephen King has been known to be a member of the OTO.
Okay. Can you confirm that for sure, though?
So I think no, but I'm pretty suspicious that that's the link.
Okay. Well, people have a right to choose to be, you know, whatever they
Right.
want to believe in this country.
The
but
thing is that they've broken laws. They kidnapped your daughter.
okay.
And
So you're saying Stephen King could be involved in the kidnapping of my daughter?
I suspect it. Yes.
What about mine?
About yours?
Well, I wasn't kidnapped. I was more taken by your mom and handed off, and eventually ended up with the marshals. But anyway, what about anybody else that's related to Corrine or to hold on, we'll
Cubby
stop.